This is a Leitmotif and Movement podcast, a father and son's journey into the vast worlds of music. I am your host, Mike Ficklin, and joining me on this epic musical journey is my son,
Michael Ficklin.
This show is dedicated to the discussion of music and introducing Michael to music from the past and present. We discuss music mainly from the genres of rock, hard rock, and heavy metal. We also from time to time dive into film and video game scores, and we sprinkle in some surprises along the way. Michael, what have you been listening to this week?
It's been another slow week for me, but I did listen to the new Periphery single.
Yeah, that's called Mr. God. What'd you think about that?
It was okay. I wasn't whole entirely impressed with it. Best way to put it.
Yeah, I want to hear it in context with the rest of the record. There is a new Periphery record on the way, and we'll talk about that later in the show. But I do want to hear this song in context with the rest of the record and see how it flows. See if it changes how I feel about it currently. I was a little underwhelmed by it too, but again, let's see how it is in context with the rest of the record. What else, Michael?
That's it, other than the assignment.
All right, then. Well, for me, I checked out the new record from Black Label Society titled Engines of Demolition. This is the 12th studio record from the Los Angeles-based heavy metal band, and the first one in 5 years. Zakk Wylde continues to show why he is so well regarded in the guitar and metal communities. This album is full of Guitar Hero fireworks and the sound of Zakk Wylde's gravelly vocals. At times, it almost feels like he channels the late Ozzy Osbourne in his vocal style. The chorus guitar riff and opener Name in Blood sounds a bit like the opening guitar riff to AC/DC's Hell's Bells. I love The Hand of Tomorrow's Grave. It channels some of that sludgy, groovy metal that late Pantera guitarist Dimebag Darrell Abbott was known for. In fact, this influence makes a lot of sense since Wylde was a part of the Pantera Celebration Tour, playing guitar for the band. Lord Humongous, Pedal to the Floor, and The Stranger go hard and are some of my favorite tracks on the record. They feature some killer guitar work from Wylde. The final track on the record is a ballad titled Ozzy and is a beautiful and fitting tribute to the late Ozzy Osbourne. For those that don't know, Zakk Wylde was one of the guitarists that played in Ozzy's band over the years, so Wylde was close with Ozzy and his family. Engines of Demolition is a really excellent listen. It gets a Pick of the Week nomination from me. Michael, I know you heard a little bit of that album when we were on a car ride together. Did you like any of what you heard?
I did a decent amount.
Does it make you want to listen to the whole thing?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
All right, you'll have to let us know what you think. I also checked out 30 Seconds to Mars, A Beautiful Lie 20th Anniversary Edition. Setting aside controversies and accusations about frontman Jared Leto, I did check out this re-release of A Beautiful Lie to see if it still holds up. I have to say this record still sounds great sonically. The mix sounds great, the production is slick and polished. Aside from the band's self-titled debut record, this is the only other record in their discography that I really enjoy. The band took the moody, artsy, and at times proggy sound of their first record and melded in some emo rock hooks and created one hell of a memorable record. There are 3 additional tracks from the original recording sessions, plus an acoustic version of The Kill. If I'm honest, none of these songs really adds anything to the experience. They're okay songs, but I can see why they were left on the cutting room floor. God's Eye is probably the standout of these bonus tracks. I do want to acknowledge that for some, especially Leto's alleged victims, there is no separating the art from the artist. From a purely musical perspective, it is a shame that Leto would gamble on tainting the legacy of the band by engaging in the activities he's accused of. It puts a dark specter over everything the band has done. I also checked out the new record from Green Carnation titled A Dark Poem Part 2, Sanguis. This is the 9th album from the Norwegian prog metal outfit and is the second part of the planned Dark Poem trilogy. The trilogy is inspired by the poem Ophelia by Arthur Rimbaud, which in turn is inspired by Shakespeare's Ophelia. Where the first part of the trilogy, The Shores of Melancholia, focuses on societal issues, the second part dives more into personal and introspective themes. The second act is far less heavy than the first. It's more melodic and melancholic. I'm going to give this a try. I hope I don't butcher it too bad. Singer Ketil Norris is simply outstanding on this album. His vocals have a gentleness and vulnerability to them. Opening track Sanguis opens with a keyboard sound that very much reminds me of Boston. In fact, the sound of the song seems very much inspired by 70s prog. The song is a bittersweet exploration of childhood, and Norris's vocals are suitably melancholic. There are a pair of beautifully written ballads in Loneliness Untold, Loneliness Unfold, and album closer Lunar Tale. My favorite song on the album, though, is Fire and Ice. This song has some of the highest highs on the record. The guitar work is phenomenal, and Norris's vocals soar. Even though the album clocks in at just 37 minutes, the band packs in as much emotion and beauty as they can. It's an amazing listen, and gets a Pick of the Week nomination as well. And last, I checked out the new EP from U2 titled Easter Lily. This is a second surprise drop from the Irish rockers in the last 6 weeks. This EP has a more gentle and brighter tone than the previous Days of Ash EP, but is no less poignant. In a statement from the band, they provided explanations of the inspirations and meanings of the songs. Guitarist The Edge takes lead vocals on opener Song for Hal. The song was written for a friend of the band, musician Hal Wilner, who passed away 6 years ago. The Edge does an amazing job on the vocals, and his guitar riff is gorgeous. In a Life is a song about friendship. It's upbeat, hopeful, and positive. Scars finds the band expressing feelings of acceptance and encouragement. Resurrection Song is about taking a pilgrimage into the unknown with a lover or friend. I love the ethereal soundscape the band creates at the beginning of this song. It's powerful and moving. It becomes more of an upbeat pop rock song as it goes along, but still expresses a touching sentiment. Easter Parade is a devotional song celebrating new life, rebirth, and resurrection. Album closer Coexist, I Will Bless the Lord at All Times, is a lullaby for parents of children caught up in war. Brian Eno provides the keyboards and ambiance. It's a deeply emotional soundscape, very reminiscent of something you might hear in an emotional moment or the finale of a film. I'm not a big fan of the vocals on the song. It feels like Bono is just sort of speaking over the music with no real rhythm. My guess is that it's intended to be like Bono saying prayers. The chorus vocals have a weird robotic effect to them. On the whole, Easter Lily is a gorgeous, if not flawed, follow-up to Days of Ash. Michael, do you have anything else before we move on?
I do not.
Okay. So now we'll get into the art of discovery. This is our segment where we take a listen to a few bands that are either unsigned or just not getting the love we feel they deserve. This is Michael and I's favorite segment on the show. We've got some great bands to check out this time around. We're going to kick things off with a post-math rock band out of the UK. This is Let It Eat You for Fun, with their song, There's Madness in This Method. And once again, that was Let It Eat You for Fun with their song There's Madness in This Method. That comes from their I Want to Fly the Plane EP. You can purchase their music from their Bandcamp page, letiteatyoufforfun.bandcamp.com. Michael, I freaking love that song, dude. It's
amazing.
so good.
That was amazing.
Yeah, dude. Their guitar work is absolutely phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
Agreed.
All right. Our next song comes from a gent prog metal band out of Portugal. This is Oso with their song Voidborn. And once again, that was Oso with their song Voidborn. You can purchase their music from their Bandcamp page, oso1.bandcamp.com. Michael, that song rocks, dude.
It does.
Brings the heavy.
It does.
Great tune.
Agreed.
All right. Our final song comes from a metal band out of California. This is Silent Vice with their song Temptress.
So I'm performing again, my temptress. And I'm performing again and again and again and again. You'll never know the serration of the blade. It cuts all the same through skin and bone. Choke on the Novocaine. So I'm performing again, my temptress. And I'm performing again and again and again. Your wishes are my command, my temptress. And I'm performing again and again and again. Laying still on this silver table, I long to feel you taking it. All the pain is behind you, love. You're tethered to me now. So I'm performing again, my temptress. And I'm performing again for you. So show me where to begin, like I sing. And I'm performing again, just for you. Your wishes are my command. Laying still on this silver table, I long to feel you taking it. All the pain is behind you, love. You're tethered to me now. So I'm performing again, my temptress. And I'm performing
And once again, that was Silent Vice with their song Temptress. You can purchase their music from the iTunes store. Michael, what'd you think about that?
Amazing.
Great song, right? Outstanding.
Yes.
Rocks hard.
Agreed.
All right, with that said, we want to thank all of the bands that we featured on this episode's Art of Discovery. If you would like to be featured on the Art of Discovery, feel free to reach out to us at lightmovepod@gmail.com or shoot us a message on one of our various social media accounts. If we enjoy what we hear, we would love to play a song on our show. All right, Michael, with that said, we're going to move into our main topic. This time, we're breaking down Nine Inch Nails' 1989 release, Pretty Hate Machine. Pretty Hate Machine was released by TVT Records on October 20th, 1989. Frontman Trent Reznor sang and performed most of the instruments, also producing the album alongside Keith LeBlanc, John Fryer, and Flood, with a few other contributors. Although the record was successful, reaching number 75 in the US and receiving highly favorable reviews from critics, Trent Reznor feuded with TVT over promotion of the album and eventually signed with Interscope Records. Pretty Hate Machine was later certified triple platinum by the RIAA, becoming one of the first independently released albums to do so, and was included on several lists of the best releases of the 1980s. In 2020, Rolling Stone ranked Pretty Hate Machine at number 453 on its 500 Greatest Albums of All Time list. Some fun bit of background, Michael. While working nights as a handyman and engineer at the Right Track Studio in Cleveland, Ohio, Trent Reznor used the studio downtime to record and develop his own music. Playing most of the keyboards, drum machines, guitars, and samplers himself, he recorded a demo. Sequencing was done on a Macintosh Plus. Reznor mainly used an EMU Emax, Prophet VS, Oberheim Expander, and Mini-Moog as synthesizers. Reznor has stated, "I wasn't proud of a lot of the things I was saying," he recalled, "but I said to myself, well, no one's going to hear this stuff anyway. The record is honest, and that's where its power came from." As mentioned, Trent used an EMU Emax, which was an early digital sampler. He discovered that the machine had a technical limitation. If you sampled a sound and then transposed it down several octaves, it created a distinctive high-end buzzing or digital aliasing. Most engineers at the time tried to avoid that buzzing because it was considered a flaw in the hardware. Trent loved it because it made the pretty synth sounds feel cold and mechanical, the literal machine in the title. Another fun story about this: Robert Patrick, who played the T-1000 in Terminator 2, was a massive fan and used to work out to Head Like a Hole to get into his cold killing machine mindset. He personally brought the song to director James Cameron to suggest it for the soundtrack.
Funny.
Yeah. Cameron reportedly told Patrick, "No, Arnold prefers Guns N' Roses." This led to the Guns N' Roses recording You Could Be Mine for the film. Robert's brother, Richard Patrick, was actually the touring guitarist for Nine Inch Nails at the time, and he, of course, later went on to form the band Filter. Trent Reznor has humorously described Pretty Hate Machine as the all-purpose alternative album, remarking that if you want to stage dive to it, you can, but if you're a big Depeche Mode fan, you can get what you need out of it as well. Pretty Hate Machine was a commercial success and entered the Billboard 200 in February 1990. Although it peaked at number 75 on the Billboard 200, the album gained popularity through word of mouth and developed an underground following. Pretty Hate Machine was certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America on March 3, 1992, a few years after the album's initial release, for shipping 500,000 units in the USA. 3 years later, in 1995, it became one of the first independently released records to attain a platinum certification. It eventually gained that triple platinum certification on March 12, 2003, with 3 million copies sold in the United States. Pretty Hate Machine spent a total of 115 weeks on the Billboard 200 chart, tying their sophomore album, The Downward Spiral, as their longest charting effort. The album has also been certified silver by the British phonographic industry on November 1st, 1995, following its number 67 peak on the UK albums chart. Rolling Stone awarded it 4 stars out of 5. Some pretty high praise there.
Yes, very high praise.
As mentioned, Trent Reznor did the vocals, all of the arrangement, continuity, digital editing, programming, production, mixing, and engineering. The dude did everything.
Wow.
Crazy. All right, Michael, with that little bit of background out of the way, let's dive into our track-by-track breakdown. The album kicks off with track number 1. This is Head Like a Hole. Michael, what do you got on this?
I love the like tone of the guitar on this song, and also like the different like tuning with that he did. I just love it. Love it. And the vocals just add on amazingly onto it. It's amazing. There's not enough I can describe. And it makes sense why this is the most popular song on the album.
How many listens?
94 million.
I believe it. I bet it's probably up there as far as most popular Nine Inch Nails songs in general.
It is, let's see. Because Spotify can also be incorrect sometimes on it, how it ranks. It looks like it falls 4th.
Not bad. I bet it's definitely the most popular song from this album in that ranking.
Yeah,
though.
I did state that.
Yeah.
But it's a great opener.
Yeah, it is. This song is a killer way to open an album. It's got an amazing groove, despite the very dark lyrics and tone. I've always enjoyed the guitar tone on this song during the chorus. To me, it's very distinctly Nine Inch Nails. Reznor didn't use traditional amps for a lot of this record. Instead, he was plugging the guitars directly into the console and used early digital processors to create that jagged, non-organic sound, like a machine trying to sound like a guitar. I'm not sure any guitar tone is the same. Reznor delivers the lyrics with spite and a sarcastic sneer. The chorus is this big anthemic feeling affair as Reznor screams, "Head like a hole, black as your soul, I'd rather die than give you control." There's a power and defiance in his delivery of those lines. It's so damn satisfying. This song also represents the first time we're introduced to Reznor's gift for building dark and sinister soundscapes. Using his keyboards, synths, patches, samples, guitars, and drum machines to create a dark industrial epic of a song. Interestingly, Reznor wrote this song in about 15 minutes in his bedroom. He called the song basically a throwaway. He was famously meticulous about the creation of the songs on this record, but the most popular song on the record ended up being the one he didn't overthink. Lyrically, Reznor was railing against the overriding power of money in modern society and how people's lives are basically ruled by it. Absolutely legendary song.
Yes.
Out of curiosity, Michael, had you ever heard that song before listening to this album?
I did not.
Interesting. Okay.
Interesting?
Yeah, because it's another one of those songs that I figured you might pick up through cultural osmosis. It was a huge song, and they used to play it on all of the alternative radio stations. Michael, do you have anything else on Head Like a Hole?
I do not.
All right. What's that?
I have a question.
Sure.
Is the head like a hole?
It's just like a black hole. All right, we'll move on to track number 2. This is Terrible Lie. Michael, what you got on this?
Another unique opening. And I really like this song, too. But here's the insane drop off. We go from 94 million plays to 31 million plays.
Yeah, I
Which-
mean, I don't think this song obviously was nearly
This
as
is
popular
second
as
on
Head
the
Like a
record.
Hole. It is second?
Yes.
Wow.
We only get lower from here.
Wow. Okay, Spotify. I see you, and I already disagree with you. What did you like about this song, Michael?
I don't know. I think it just appeals to
I
me.
don't know.
I think it just appeals to me. I don't know. I think it's just the what he does with like I don't know.
There's
I-
something so distinct about the Nine Inch Nails, right? It's not our typical heavy metal or hard rock album that we
Yeah.
cover on this show. It is far more industrial. It's more electronic. And Reznor does this terrific job of creating these really mechanical and dark soundscapes, right? Very different.
Yes.
There's a seamless transition from Head Like a Hole into this one. This song also presents a dark and haunting atmosphere. It almost has an anxiety-inducing quality to it, while also having a dark sensuality to it. The refrain and its delivery are so hooky. Reznor delivers the lyrics in the verses with a sort of vulnerability, but then delivers the chorus lyrics with an angry scream. I love the metallic keyboard sounds that play over the closing minute and 11 seconds of the song. It's meant to sound like a factory breaking down. It's a unique and strange sound that is again distinctly Nine Inch Nails. Reznor stated in a 1989 interview that this was his favorite song on the record because of its intensity and aggression. It was the first song recorded for the album.
There definitely is some
Intensity?
Yes.
Lyrically, I take this as Reznor expressing a sense of disillusionment and anger towards a god that would turn his back on the world. Also, a general angry sentiment towards the world. Fantastic song.
Yes, amazing.
All right, Michael, anything else on Terrible Lie?
How bad was the lie?
I mean, had to be pretty bad for him to write a really angry song about it, right? So,
Yeah.
all right, on to track number 3. This is Down in It. Michael, what you got on this?
I gotta say it from here. Every song is so unique.
Yeah, Reznor's got a gift for creating different atmospheres for each one of these songs, right?
This song's got like a weird vocal presence. It kind of sounds like it's kind of coming over a radio.
A little bit, especially towards the end.
But this is third on the album with 20 million plays.
See, I disagree. I love this song. Absolutely love this song. In fact, I think it's a better song than Terrible Lie. I mean, it's probably in close second place for me. It's a really good tune.
And we get lower and lower as we go. There's
No.
only one more peak.
I already said me and Spotify have a beef now. No. What did you think about this one, Michael?
I liked it. It's really unique. It compared to a lot of it's different than most of everything.
Tell me that you don't find yourself singing along to the chorus, man. The chorus is so hooky. Him singing I was up above it, but now I'm down in it. It's it's such a memorable chorus. It's hooky as hell.
Yes, it is. It is very hooky.
Did it remind you of anything?
It did not. Like I
Interesting.
said, it's really, really unique.
So to me, there's like an almost 80s funky hip hop feel to this one. The song opens with this really deep bass line before getting into the song proper. Reznor delivers the lyrics in a sort of spoken word storytelling style during the verses. During the chorus, he delivers the lyrics with an angry attitude. I love the sampled crowd noise that gets played during the chorus. We also get more of that very distinct guitar sound on this song. I don't know why, but I also love Reznor scatting to the main rhythm of the song as it comes to a close. It's like a little sarcastic sneer. We also get Reznor reciting some lyrics to the nursery rhyme Rain, Rain, Go Away to further expound upon the point that he's stuck in the muck and mire. Lyrically, this song is talking about Reznor being in control of his life at one point and then spiraling out into despair. I love this song. I love Down in It. Such a good song.
It only gets lower and lower. Like I said,
Nah,
there's
Spotify
only
can
one
right
other
off.
peak.
Michael, what else you got on Down in It?
It's an amazing song and very unique.
Yes, it is.
Now, what is he down in?
Man, I don't really want to know. It might be some stanky stuff. All right, moving on to track number 4. This is Sanctified. Michael, what you got on this?
12 million plays.
Whatever.
I disagree with this.
You already know
feel
why I do.
this. I find this song very catchy.
What do you like about it? Let's talk about it.
I just really like the uniqueness. Also, I really like the vocals, and I like the nice funky like guitar riff. You know?
Yep. I think that Reznor has a gift for creating these really interesting atmospheres, right? It's sometimes unsettling,
Yeah.
sometimes claustrophobic, sometimes downright scary, sometimes angry. Sometimes it's really danceable despite the really dark lyrical content.
What do you describe this?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has a really unsettling atmosphere. Its opening kind of reminds me of the music to the old Unsolved Mysteries TV show. When I was a kid, I thought that song had a scary vibe to it. There's a funky bass line that carries the verses. We get more of that distinctive Nine Inch Nails guitar sound here during the chorus. There's a hypnotic vibe to this song. Reznor's lyrics have a very sensual connotation to them. We get some Gregorian chants around the halfway point that gives off a sort of religious feel. Things pick up around the 4.5-minute mark. Reznor delivers the lyrics with more passion. The drums become more pronounced. Very creepy ending as the closing notes become more distorted and dissonant. Lyrically, I think this song is about struggling with addiction and obsession, perhaps with drugs or within a romantic relationship, yearning for release from this toxic relationship, cleansing oneself of it. Michael, have you ever heard that Unsolved Mysteries TV show theme?
I have not.
We'll have to play it for you sometimes. I bet once you hear it, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about with this song. Michael, do you have anything else on Sanctified?
Is he sanctified?
Maybe. All right, on to track number 5. This is Something I Can Never Have. Michael, what do you got on this?
What can't he have?
Love, a relationship, a meaningful relationship, maybe spirituality, a relationship with God.
Why does this opening? It gives me the like a mural like horror vibe. I don't know why.
A horror vibe? Interesting.
Yes,
Okay.
because it kind of sounds like. Why can't I think of um the Halloween theme?
Is it just because of like the keyboard riff?
Yeah,
Hmm.
it sounds very familiar.
Maybe a little bit. I can see what you're trying to say.
But this is very creepy. With the vocals and the instrumental work, you get the full creep vibe.
See, I got a completely different vibe from this song.
I'm getting creeped out.
This is not the song I get creeped out by at all. What does Spotify say about this song?
16 million plays.
Absolutely not. No, 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 no. That just makes me mad. Urgh.
That was not needed.
This is one of my favorite Nine Inch Nails songs ever. I do prefer the more stripped down version from the Still EP, but this version is still good. The keyboard riff is a haunting, emotional piece. The additional atmospherics create a bluesy, melancholic, cinematic feeling. Reznor's vocals are soft and vulnerable during the verses. The chorus adds additional atmospherics that kind of sound like clapping and or cymbals crashing that have been run through the effects board. These sounds were created to sound like the instruments were breathing or dying. Reznor gets more passionate in his delivery each time we get into the chorus again. I also want to point out that his vocal melodies on this song are sheer perfection. They have hooks for days, especially during the chorus. It's a beautifully haunting song that stays with you long after it's over. Lyrically, this song deals with themes such as lost love, regret, and emotional pain. It may also lean towards dealing with suicidal thoughts. Michael, got anything else on Something I Can Never Have?
You know, with the like crashing thing that you were talking about, I kind of think it kind of sounds like an industrial like like something that would happen like a noise that you would hear in a factory.
Yeah, like crashing steel or whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it. All right, Michael. We'll move on to track number 6. This is Kinda I Want To. What you got on this?
7 million plays. Which means it is the lowest on the record.
Totally ridiculous. Spotify.
Wait, we have one more song after this, and then it's just straight single digit millions.
Anyway, what do you got on this?
I really enjoy this song. I very, 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 very much disagree with Spotify.
What do you like about it?
I just like the there's so much going on, you know, like you got like I don't know how to describe it. There's so much going on.
Lots of atmosphere, right?
Yes, and it's all enjoyable.
We come off the most emotional song on the record into a harsher industrial rock sound. It's very electronic and metallic sounding all throughout. There are some very cool sounding keyboard tones on this song. The mood of this song is very dark. maybe even sensual. Around the halfway point, the song shifts into this hip hop sounding section that includes that iconic and distinct Nine Inch Nails guitar sound. Reznor's vocals have a dark, mysterious quality to them during the verses. As we move towards the song close, the music feels more claustrophobic and anxiety inducing. Reznor screams out, "I want to." It's very sinister and visceral. Lyrically, Reznor is exploring some dark places of the human psyche, including themes of temptation and desire, struggling within on whether or not to indulge in feelings or behavior that may not be socially acceptable. Michael, do you have anything else on Kinda I Want To?
I do not.
All right. So we'll move on to track number 7. This is Sin. Michael, what do you got on this?
This is the fourth most popular track on the album at 19 million plays.
Yeah, I totally believe it would be one of the most popular tracks. It was another one of the singles, and it is a really good song. I disagree with the amount of listens, but that's another thing entirely.
You know, I'm surprised it's not higher.
Where would you
because
put it?
No, I was saying like plays wise, because Nine Inch Nails their monthly listeners are almost 6 million.
They're a really popular group.
I'm just surprised that it's not higher, like in plays.
I totally agree. This is what we talk about all the time about people being singles listeners, right? They don't listen to an entire record. And that kind of stuff just irritates me. Like, there's more than just the singles, folks. Listen to the album cuts. Listen to the deeper stuff. You get more out of it that way.
I really enjoy this song. It's another unique song, but I really like it. I really like the instrumental and atmosphere that is provided on this song. He sounds very angry at some points in his vocals.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah. And then, like, during the chorus, you just get, like, the full anger vibe out of it.
It's very dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, this song gives off a very dark, unsettling, and sexual atmosphere. Even Reznor's lyrics... Yes. Even Reznor's lyrics seem to be loaded with sexual innuendo. I almost get the vibe that maybe Reznor's talking about being involved with a dominatrix. His delivery is passionate and has a sort of dark hunger in their tone. It's like he wants to be told what to do. He wants to be submissive. There's an intense, driving rhythm to this song. The bass line is very funky and helps make this song very danceable. It's dirty and even a bit erotic, but this is another favorite of mine on this record. Lyrically, I think this song is about anger, control, or a struggle for dominance and betrayal in a relationship. These are all extremely dark, raw, and intense emotions. Great tune.
Agreed.
Michael, do you have anything else on Sin?
I do not.
Okay.
But what sin did he commit?
A number of them. On to track number 8. This is That's What I Get. Michael, what you got on this?
8 million plays.
No.
I really like this intro. It's got that like full computing vibe to it. I really like that. And I like his vocals a lot. And I kind of like the pauses in between. at the beginning of the song once we get into the vocals.
It's another one of those songs that has a unique atmosphere.
Yes.
I know this song came before The Cure's song Burn from the Crow soundtrack, but the opening to the song always reminds me of Burn. We get into a dark, cinematic atmosphere after the opening. The music is less dense than other songs on the record, but no less intense. Reznor's vocals are full of pain and have a sense of vulnerability to them. Around the 3-minute 14-second mark, the song shifts into a more heavy, industrial sound. Reznor's vocal delivery gets more angry and passionate. As the song goes into its close, it feels dark, mysterious, and haunting. Lyrically, I think this song is again looking at themes of betrayal and emotional pain. Reznor is heartbroken over a relationship gone bad. Michael, do you have anything else on That's What I Get?
What does he get?
On.
Oh.
Not literally. All right. Moving on to track number 9. This is The Only Time. Michael, what you got on this?
What is it time for?
You don't want my answer to that.
I do, though.
It's Marvin Gaye time.
I figured out why there's a advisory on this song.
For sure.
And that's probably why the lyrics have disappeared again. I've been figuring out which songs have the lyrics on it on Spotify, and this song and a couple of other songs don't have the lyrics. It's probably for the better that the song doesn't have the lyrics.
You can always look them up elsewhere.
I don't think anybody wants to look it up elsewhere. I think it's pretty straightforward.
It doesn't mince words.
No.
Did you like the song? Anything you like about it?
I like the atmosphere and the instrumental. I won't go into the lyrics because it's a family-friendly show.
Musically, this feels very much like a really dark Prince song. It's got a really funky feel to it. It's slow and rhythmic. Something meant for some dirty dancing. There's an intense amount of desire and sexual tension in Reznor's vocals. I feel like you'd hear this song playing in a dance club scene in a film where the primary characters are really grinding up on each other, leading them eventually to heading home into the bedroom.
Okay.
I love the lyrics to the chorus. I find them to be memorable and hooky. Reznor is straight up admitting that he's lusting after the object of his desire.
Nah, oui.
Lyrically, I think this song is dealing with lust and desire and the consequences of getting into that temptation.
It's almost like what happens in the car.
Stays in the car. Or in this case, what happens in the bedroom stays in the bedroom.
Yeah. There's a very obvious reason why there's a parental advisory.
For sure.
It literally says explicit. E for explicit.
Yep. Michael, do you got anything else on The Only Time?
It's literally the definition of something that would come out of Maynard's category of mind.
All right, Michael. We'll move on to the final track on the record. This is track number 10. This is Ring Finger. Michael, what you got on this?
Wouldn't the tracks be switched in context?
I mean, maybe.
uh, I like the I feel this is a very good ending. It's probably better that the tracks 9 and 10 do not get switched.
What do you
Even
like about
though-
this one?
I just like the atmosphere and instrumental. It's really hard to describe this music to people. It's better.
It's like a darker
listen.
form of dance music.
It's better to listen to than
You do have to
listen
experience it.
sustained.
Yeah, you do need to experience it. It's the best I can describe it is it's like a darker form of dance music with a bit of metal influence to it. It's
I wouldn't
funky
say
and
there's-
danceable, but it's still got these haunting atmospheres to it.
Yeah, just a tiny bit haunting. Just an itsy bit.
The sound of the keyboards as this song opens up is very 80s synthwave. It's a simple melody, but provides an infectious rhythm. The chorus provides a darker, more ominous feel. There's an air of mystery and the forbidden. There's some interesting changes in the song, including a breakdown around the 2-minute 8-second mark that includes what sounds like gunshots, then getting into a brief bit of guitar work before going back to the synthwave sound. The weird gunshot guitar section returns, with a little less than 2 minutes to go before the song shifts to something else. This includes a record scratching, additional synth work, and the guitar coming in and out. It's an intense way to finish the song out. Lyrically, I again think Reznor is towing the line between obsession and romance. Michael, do you have anything else on Ring Finger?
Did he get a ring?
Or maybe he put a ring on it? All right, Michael, that's going to take us to our final thoughts and our overall album ratings. Let's go ahead and get your final thoughts and your rating out of 5.
I think this was very good. It's really, really unique, though, compared to a lot of stuff that we've listened to so far.
It's a
I
good unique,
think-
though.
Yeah. And I recommend that you listen to this on your own, all the way through. Let's bring up those plays on Spotify. I'm gonna have to give it a 5 out of 5.
Michael gives it a perfect score. All right. Well, for me, revisiting this record was a lot of fun. Usually when I go to listen to 9 Inch Nails, I reach for albums like The Downward Spiral or The Fragile first. Pretty Hate Machine has some amazing gems, though. This album serves as a perfect bridge between Reznor's synthwave and funk influences and the darker, more industrial turn he would take on 9 Inch Nails' next record. I appreciate Reznor's brutal honesty, vulnerability, and inner darkness that he lays to bear through the record. Reznor does a great job of mixing these amazing, dark, cinematic atmospheres with danceable funk grooves. His lyrics are often uncomfortable and loaded with innuendo, but also honest. It all comes together to create this incredible dark symphony. I give it a 4.5 out of 5. And that's going to take us to our question for the audience. What is your favorite track on Pretty Hate Machine, and why? All right, Michael, On to our next segment. This is Can't Wait. New music coming soon. I don't have anything over the next couple of weeks that's got my attention. I'm sure something's going to come out that I will listen to and be talking about on our next episode, but I don't have anything that immediately comes to mind. How about you?
None. I can agree with you on what you recently announced, though.
Well, let's get into that then. A couple of recently announced albums that I am stoked for. On April 24th, Pliny releases his new record, An Unnameable Desire. And on May 15th, Periphery has their new record, A Pale White Dot, on the way. We talked a little bit about their new single, Mr. God, which comes from A Pale White Dot. I, again, am very curious as to how Mr. God fits in with the rest of the record. I really want to hear it in context and see if it changes my mind on how I feel about the song as a single.
I'm curious where this lines up, where it lines up on the record. I saw it. I looked at it before. Of course, Spotify is weird. Well, phone time.
Yeah, I don't think it's like the first track on the record. I think
No,
it
it isn't.
falls like in the middle somewhere.
It's wrong band. It falls third.
I think if I remember right, if I remember seeing correctly, this is going to be Periphery's shortest record outside of the EPs.
It may be by time, but by songs, it is, I do believe, the tied with P1 or Periphery, just the self-titled record.
There is some speculation that this might be a return to like the thematic albums like Juggernaut. So if that's what this is, it makes me even more excited for it.
If the rumor is true that the it's gonna be one of the shortest albums out of, would the Juggernaut albums be considered EPs?
No. They're full records.
Then it would be shorter than 39 minutes.
Yep.
Because Omega is at 39 minutes.
Like I
Clock's
said,
at
I'm pretty sure
39
this is going to
minutes.
be the shortest Periphery record in terms of total time. But I am curious what's to come, so
Me
looking
too.
forward to hearing the whole thing. All right. We did not receive any listener feedback, so we'll move right along to our final segment. This is Michael's journey, discovering a song from the past. And this time, we're going to get Michael's thoughts on Soft Cell's Tainted Love. Tainted Love is a song that was originally composed by Ed Cobb, formerly of American group The Four Preps, which was originally recorded by Gloria Jones in 1964. In 1981, however, the song attained worldwide fame after being covered and reworked by British synth-pop duo Soft Cell for the album Non-Stop Erotic Cabaret. Soft Cell became aware of Tainted Love through its status as a UK Northern Soul hit. In 2010, DJ Ian Frank Dewhurst claimed he was the first person to play the song for Mark Almond, the vocalist for Soft Cell. Sometime after, Soft Cell began performing the song in their live set list, choosing it instead of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons' The Night, a song that they would go on to record in 2003. Phonogram Records chose to release Tainted Love in 1981 as Soft Cell's second single. Their first was Memorabilia, which did not chart. The label's representatives implied that this single would be Soft Cell's final release on Some Bazaar if it did not sell. Following a performance on the BBC's Top of the Pops chart show, Tainted Love reached number 1 on the UK singles chart and was known as the best-selling single of 1981 in the UK until the official charts company recalculated the data in 2021, giving the title to Don't You Want Me by the Human League. Tainted Love had 1.05 million sales in the UK in 1981, with that total increasing to 1.35 million copies as of August 2017. In 2023, it was listed as the 59th best-selling single of all time in the UK. Tainted Love became a major hit in the US during the second British invasion, with the song spending a then record-breaking 43 weeks on the US Billboard Hot 100. On the US chart, dated January 16, 1982, the song entered the Billboard Hot 100 at number 90. It appeared to peak at number 64 and fell to number 100 on February 27. After spending a second week at number 100, it started climbing again. It took 19 weeks to crack the American Top 40 and reached number 8 during the summer of 1982.
Wow.
In 2013, Soft Cell's version of Tainted Love ranked at number 5 on VH1's 100 Greatest One-Hit Wonders of the 1980s.
One-hit wonders.
In 2015, the song was voted by the British public as the nation's 4th favorite 1980s number 1 in a poll for ITV. In 2022, Rolling Stone ranked Tainted Love number 170 with Where Did Our Love Go in their list of the 200 greatest dance songs of all time. And Michael, with that little bit of background out of the way, let's go ahead and get your thoughts.
I already knew this song. I really enjoy this song. Now, I'm surprised this is a one-hit wonder.
Happens more often than you think.
I know it does happen pretty often, but it caught me off guard.
So you had heard this before then?
Yes.
You know, I thought that this would be very apropos to put this song with Nine Inch Nails because you can kind of hear how this 80s synthwave sound kind of influenced Trent Reznor on the recording of Pretty Hate Machine. What do you think of the song?
I like it a lot. I really like the vocals melody and how hooky it is. And also the set atmosphere and instrumental is also very, very amazing.
Every so often, you encounter a cover that just sounds and works better than the original. Soft Cell's synthwave take on Tainted Love is legendary. The band's arrangement of the song is one of those things that once you hear it, you don't forget it. You hear the opening notes and you know exactly what it is. Musically, it has a very simple melody, but is so hooky. I love the ba-ba or synthesized clap stinger sound that comes in when the vocals pause. It's almost like a call and response, except it works between the vocals and the music instead of the lead singer and backup singers. Mark Allman's vocal performance is magical. It's done in a theatrical or cabaret style. There's a sense of desperation and sleaze. The vocal melodies he chooses are memorable and hooky. It allows you to catch on to the lyrics and becomes a fun sing-along. Michael, let's get your rating out of 5.
Another classic. I give it a 5 out of 5. Perfect episode.
Michael gives it 5 out of 5. All right, Michael. Up next on your journey, we're going to tackle Tesla's Love Song. And for our main topic on the next episode, we will be discussing Mastodon's 2004 release, Leviathan. And with that said, we want to hear from you. We will read your emails and messages on the show. We have only one request. Keep them clean. There are several ways to contact us. You can email us at lightmovepod@gmail.com. You can also reach us on several social media platforms, such as Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, and Threads. Details on how to connect with us are in the show notes. We are part of the SPDM Crew Podcast Network. Check out all of the podcasts on the network by visiting spdmcrew.com.
If you like the show, subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting platform and share with your friends and family. We're available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and a variety of other platforms. We're also on YouTube. Can't find us on your chosen platform? Shoot us a message and let us know. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. This helps us be found in the algorithm. Make them good and we'll read them on the air. Are you in a band and you'd like for us to check you out and possibly drop a recommendation on the show? Shoot us a message. We'd love to check you out and give you a shout. We'd like to thank you very, very much for listening to the Leitmotif and Movement podcast.
Take care and enjoy music.